Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, completely tired and deeply asleep, only to feel an inexplicable sense of awakening? If it has happened to you, you are not alone. Today, in this video, we will explore the mysterious reason why God may choose to interrupt our nighttime rest and what He is trying to communicate to us. But before we delve into the depths of this discussion, I kindly ask you to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, we will explore the wonders of the spiritual world as the night grows deeper in the sky. Sleeping well at night is a precious gift. Whether it is to recover after a long day of work or to refresh ourselves after a night in the city, sleep offers us an indescribable sense of peace. However, what we often forget is that while we rest in our beds, the world continues to turn, and the spiritual warfare persists in its course. Our world is governed by two sovereign forces, good and evil, whether we believe it or not. These spiritual forces have a profound impact on our physical reality, and at times, God may choose to wake us up in the midst of our sleep for a specific reason. Together, we will discover why it happens and how we can interpret these nighttime calls from the spiritual dimension. Stay with us until the end of the video, because this topic could change your perspective on your nighttime life and the meaning of sudden awakenings. Have you ever wondered why much of the wickedness in the world seems to concentrate during the night? Have you reflected on the connection between darkness and evil, wondering why the devil seems to choose the night as the ideal time to carry out his malevolent deeds, going unnoticed? If you've ever asked yourself these questions, then you are in the right place. Today, in this video, we will explore together the profound significance behind these connections between darkness and evil, attempting to unveil the reason why God may choose to wake you up in the middle of the night. We will discover how spiritual forces work behind the scenes during the nighttime hours, and how we can respond to these divinely inspired calls. The biblical passage in John 5:19 tells us that we are of God, but the whole world lies in the darkness of evil. When God wakes you up in the middle of the night, it's not just a random awakening. It's a call to prayer, an invitation to confront the dark forces that have allied against you. As Matthew 13:25 says, "While men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way." So, if you have ever experienced one of these nighttime awakenings, do not be afraid. It is a sign that God wants you to pray and to combat evil with the light of His presence. Keep following this video, because what we are about to uncover could change your perspective on your nighttime life and the meaning of sudden awakenings. While we sleep, evil is active, working diligently to introduce chaos and destruction into our lives. However, there is a divine plan quietly working to counter this dark threat. That's precisely why God chooses to wake us up suddenly in the middle of the night. These nighttime awakenings represent a message, a warning that comes to us from the spiritual realm, often eluding our sight. It may seem like an unexpected and tumultuous interference, but there is a profound reason behind this divine action. We can find a parallel in the parable of the wheat and the tares. Just as the enemy is always lurking, seeking to exploit our vulnerabilities, God is ever present, watching closely and ensuring that nothing harmful befalls us while we sleep. The devil understands our fragility at night when we are vulnerable, when we cannot pray or read the Bible, when we are unaware of our surroundings. It is precisely in these dark hours, when the world lies in silence, that the enemy chooses to carry out his wicked deeds. And at the same time, it is in these moments that God begins to urge us to wake up and pray. It's as if it's the perfect time to catch the thief in the act of stealing. Remember that behind every nighttime awakening, there is a divine purpose, a call to join the spiritual battle against evil. When God wakes us up to pray at night, it's precisely at that moment when the devil tries to make us feel even sleepier. Have you ever reflected on why you feel so tired when you need to get up to pray? This is not an isolated incident. Even the disciples of Jesus fell into a deep sleep in the Garden of Gethsemane shortly before Jesus was arrested. The fact that you feel so drowsy in those crucial moments is not a coincidence. It's precisely when you need to pray that the devil does his best to attack you. You feel his insinuations, his sweet but empty promises of rest. He tempts you to stay in your bed, convincing you that praying wouldn't make much of a difference. He suggests postponing your prayers until morning, and it all seems so plausible. However, the devil is wrong. Every time God wakes you up in the middle of the night, it's because he has seen the enemy intent on striking, and he wants you to take control of the situation spiritually. Prayer is a potent antidote that helps you counter and dismantle the enemy's plans. The devil knows that if you can take control and pray, you will overpower him. That's why he sends waves of sleepiness, just to make you more inclined to stay in the comfort of sleep. But these are not mere coincidences. He knows that incredible power resides in your prayers, and he doesn't want you engaging in spiritual activities that would hinder his plans against you. Waking up to pray may be challenging, but those who respond to God's call are rewarded with spiritual victory. In other words, when God wakes you up to pray at night, it's a call to spiritual action, an opportunity to defeat evil and achieve victory. Stay with us until the end of this video, because we will delve deeper into the meaning of these nighttime awakenings and how they can lead to lasting spiritual triumph in your life. The sleepier you are, the more effort you should put into your prayers when you begin to turn to God. As your voice rises, so does your determination. This is because you understand that wicked plans have been thwarted by your prayers, and insidious schemes have been exposed. Many people face challenges and issues in their daily lives, but they often fail to realize that God may have already awakened them once or twice to pray. He may have even revealed their problems to them through dreams and visions. The point is, God speaks to us often, but we tend to ignore his words. Don't let ignorance threaten your faith. Obey the divine call to rise at night and pray diligently, and you will find that you will overcome every hidden enemy in ways you could have never imagined. In other words, instead of making excuses and staying in the warm embrace of sleep, take these nighttime moments seriously and listen to what God may be trying to communicate to you. Following his guidance is crucial, even though you may be tempted to turn the other way and go back to sleep. You might wonder why God chooses the night over the day to give us these insights. The truth is, God can prompt you at any time, be it day or night. During the day, we often get too distracted to hear his voice and recognize spiritual dangers. But when we sleep and the devil schemes, God can open our eyes to see the truth. A few minutes of prayer can make a tremendous difference in our lives and in the spiritual battle we are facing. It's a matter of time, focus, and commitment. When you make it a habit to rise in the stillness of the night to connect with God, you can conquer invisible spiritual battles. Every time you wake up, turn to God before picking up your phone or talking to anyone, because only He can guarantee your mental, physical, and spiritual security. A person who dedicates an hour of prayer at night is much more powerful than someone who prays for an hour during the day. Jesus knew this well, which is why He often spent the night in prayer. It's no surprise that Jesus did it, because He understood the power of prayers, even if it's often hidden from our sight. What opposes us is nothing compared to the powerful and loving plans God has for us when we honor and rely on Him. So, if you wake up in the heart of the night, know that God has something important to tell you, and He's just waiting for you to listen. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed our content, we invite you to subscribe to our channel